Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm joined with Damon Heta. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, good as can be, mate.
Yeah. And so I've got a range of questions for you just around your story with Throwdown Darts, and my first one for you would be, who is your biggest darts inspiration? Have you got a darts idol?
Oh, if anything, if I had to say a name, it would have been like Gary Anderson or something, just because it was like the underdog to Phil Taylor, and that was probably about it.
Yeah. Lovely. And then going on from when you got your tour card in 2022, how proud of a moment was that for you?
Yeah, it just settled everything. It just put everything where I needed to be. Because if I didn't get it, then I was in Plan B, and then whatever happens there. But it just made everything easy once I got to there. But then, like, without properly realising, the hard work starts when you get a card.
Yeah.
Getting it was the easy bit. Now it's about keeping it and moving up the ranks. And there's just it's a lot of hard work after it.
And what's your mental strength like in those moments? Because it's so hard, isn't it? When, like you say, when you get to that level and you've worked so hard to get there, and then you've got to push on from there even further. How mentally tough is that?
Yeah, it's frustrating. Like I said, and for myself, I put a lot of time and effort in. So not to reap rewards at times, it kills you. So the only way I know how is back on the board and back trying hard again. That's just. It kills you at the end of the day, but you got to just be resilient and you're just building experience and all the time, and then you put in that moment again. You hope to overcome it this time because you've been there before, so you feel more comfortable to do that. And it's just experience at the end of the day. It counts for a lot, I think.
And like the sacrifices that you've had to make, like coming from Australia and things like that, like it's almost like a dream come true, isn't it? Really, to be where you are now, do you feel?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a proper dream of mine, that's for sure. I never thought, always look back going, man, I did not see myself here. I did not see it at all. 100%, I just thought that I'll just be a roofer all the time, pay my house off, do the normal thing of in life stuff, you know what I mean? That's about it. But so for it to happen how it's happened, and I'm just rolling with the flow, going with the punches, and things just keep working out for me. And it's not without, like I said, it's not without hard work and a little bit of planning involved as well. And you just got to have fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. And just on like your friendships and things with darts, who would you say like you're closest to, and who kind of helps you settle into places when you first came here and things like that?
Yeah, so I get along with Mac Elkin, the sports management company. We're good friends with him. Obviously, he was the manager of Kyle, so through Kyle and him, and just the boys around in the company there, in the management. They're just all a bunch of good people. At the end of the day, you know, they're all having fun, and like after darts, it's, you know, you're not just going back to your room by yourself and doing whatever. Like, I'm lucky I got my wife with me every time we go, but if you're just doing it solo, it's good to have a good bunch around you. You can go out for a meal after, you know, you might want to talk about the day, you might not want to, you don't have to. So it's good to get away from darts when it's just been darts all the time. Otherwise you can stew on all like the bad stuff or, you know, you can stew on all the good stuff and have a talk. And it just feels like it's a bit of a, like a support group, you could say. So it's good to have stuff like that, I think.
Yeah. And while I was doing my research, I came across Luke Woodhouse said that you are the hardest working darts player that he's come across. And I just wondered, you know, what you thought of that comment, and just, you know, do you appreciate those kind of comments and when you see rewards from that?
Yeah, it's good to know that the other players sort of look at stuff like that. But it's just, for myself, I am a hard worker and I do put the time in. But, you know, sometimes it could be a downfall because then I expect more. You know what I mean? And so and then trying too hard because I know I've done all the work, why isn't it paying off? Like, you know, things like that. So you do get them thoughts as well. So, but yeah, it's just something that I could lead the way. And if someone wants to take note on that, or, you know, I do get asked questions about what I do for practice and whether they take that away or not. And I'm just a firm believer, and that's how my life has gone. Is I work hard to get to where I need to be, and all I know is you got to keep working at it to get better. Yeah. So I feel like sitting down doing nothing, it's going to lead to nothing. But you know, it's the mental side of the game as well that you really got to dive into, and it's just one of those. But as a new kid coming up, that's all I would say is just, you know, practice and enjoy it.
Yeah. And also, darts isn't the only sport you love. Obviously, you're into your football as well as a Nottingham Forest fan, and you know you recently played some of the players over there. What was that experience like, playing with the Forest players?
Yeah, look, I didn't know soccer at all. Soccer. Yeah, I didn't know that at all really until I came here. I didn't know players. I didn't know nothing really. I didn't even know how it all worked pretty much. Like I know how to play and I know the rules and everything, but I didn't follow anybody until I came here because that's all everyone talks about. So I was like, all right. And then I had to grab a team, and you know, and it's just the way it is and what people say. I just to get involved, started doing the FPL. So and that way I started learning from their players and teams and whatever, and then next minute you got European and champions. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you know, I didn't even know. Oh, like here we go. So, but no, brilliant, yeah. And then to go there, like this is what I mean. Like I've only been a Forest supporter since since I've been here, but yet you've got all these supporters that have been on for years and years and years, and to do the things that I've done with the team and the players. That's absolute insane. So I'm relishing stuff like that other people will never get to do things like that. So for me to get that, I feel privileged. So I'm just grabbing it with both hands and rolling with stuff like that. It's one of the perks, and I'll take it and enjoy it as much as I can. Yeah.
So why Forest then? Why Forest when you came here? What like stood out to support them?
Yeah, it was because when I first stopped here, I stopped in Nottinghamshire area, and so the people that I was around me and that I was with, they were all Forest supporters. So the first sort of place where I was practicing, and then I watched them get promoted into the Premier League, and so things just snowballed that way. And I could have easily just picked, I don't know, some big club and jumped on a bandwagon wherever, but I just needed something that made a bit of sense and it didn't have to be a great team or you know what I mean, but to get on board, and it just means something at the end of the day. So yeah.
And also your TikTok account as well, your Daily Fix of Damo. How are you enjoying that? And you can see how much the fans love it and the amount of engagement you get. It's brilliant. How are you enjoying that?
Yeah, it's a good little number, isn't it? It's just to get to show people they can engage. It just makes it easy access. Dart players are probably one of the easiest access people to get to. Or personally, that's what I think. You know what I mean? And then. Yeah, it just shows people we're not just people up there playing darts. Yeah. We get to do all these things and still having fun. We're just people that will your neighbour one day. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was a roofer. I was I do all the same things that everyone else does, and it's just just happened to be half decent at darts, and so I like that engagement. I try to not do it because it does take up some time. It does. So I just try to keep it a little bit minimal, so it's still giving and just a little bit of interaction and answering questions and stuff as well.
Yeah. And then final one from me. What have you got any aspirations or goals for the end of this year?
Yeah, there's heaps. I've got my goals. I've got shoot for the stars goals. I've got the realistic, you could say, and then I've just got goals where what I can control without result based. At the end of the day, look after myself, eat healthy, and sleep and all that jazz. But yeah, I've got my goals. I just want to, I want to push on. I want to get to back in that contention where, all right, I'm in every tournament I play. Oh yeah, he's right. He could be winning this one. He could be winning, and I want that feeling every time. So that's pretty much where I want to be.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers, my man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.